The Vikings reportedly meet with Anthony Richardson at the Combine. What could this mean?
Holy shit.
Welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus here with Onebar, and the Minnesota Vikings reportedly have met with Anthony Richardson down at the Combine. What does this mean? Before we hop on that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids, and also maybe grab something cold and throw it down your throat.
Oh, yeah. Make sure it's a lift bridge.
Oh,
Make
yeah,
sure it is a lift bridge. Put that thing in your stomach. Put multiple ones in your stomach, especially if you get excited, hot and heavy. Think about Anthony Richardson in purple, because Anthony Richardson is definitely the player that a lot of Twitter Vikings fans are just like, oh, man, we got to get this guy. So this is just adding fuel to their private parts fire.
I hope you don't put fuel on your private parts.
You're right. That'd be a bad idea.
So, Onebar, what does this mean? Does this mean Kirk Cousins might as well just write him off? Is he done? Is the Anthony Richardson era starting right now for the Vikings?
I mean, come on, this is Kwesi. Of course he's going to do his due diligence. He's a smart man. And Anthony Richardson, as of now, seems to be the wild card quarterback. To me, I think when the Combine's done, I think he's going to be the damn near first or second quarterback taken. So I'm not getting overly excited, and I'll shut up so you could say something, but it's exciting. It's definitely exciting, but this could be anything. I saw an article where they basically said, you know what? A lot of teams meet with the quarterbacks of other players just to see how the other, like a receiver or someone else plays on their team.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to meet with a lot of guys. We're going to hear a lot of reports. Vikings meeting with a ton of guys they're not going to draft. This happens every single year. This is no surprise. Of course, they're going to meet with Anthony Richardson. They're probably meet with their other quarterbacks too. You got to know who these guys are, form a rapport with them, get to know him, put him on the board, see his intelligence. Because you don't know what's going to happen. The draft is always a shit show. And yes, potentially, could Anthony Richardson fall a little bit to where the Vikings may be willing to move up and get him? Yeah. And then you got to be ready if that happens. If this is the guy you want to invest your future in, you have to know every single thing about him. And meeting with him at the Combine is a great place to start.
Yeah, I love it. Even if nothing, I mean, what's the percentage chance? Like 3% chance this would actually ever come to fruition, because he is going to light up the damn Combine. But it's the thought of it's wonderful. He's my favorite quarterback in this draft class. Old Tony. Tony's got a hell of an arm, good size.
Oh, and there's another thing to even think about down the road, playing chess instead of checkers. Free agency down the road, 5-6 years from now. Hey, you remember we talked to you at the Combine? We got to know you a little bit. There's always that connection you can make with somebody. Who knows where he's going to end up? Maybe you don't see him. You see him once every 4 years, but you met with him at the Combine. Maybe he remembers that experience. Remembers meeting with Kwesi and KOC, assuming they're both still here. Then
I hope so.
You can go back. So it's also about making connections for the future.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins, as of now, is entering a contract year. Nothing has been done. So maybe, just maybe, they are actually serious about going all in, throwing out some future draft picks to go get their guy. And this would be the guy that would get everybody excited. I mean, holy shit. He'd come into the perfect scenario. His big knock is he needs more experience. He needs more snaps. Comes in, won't play you won't get a sniff of the field. Makes sense.
It does make sense. Again, if you're going to invest your future, you got to know what you're investing in. So that's where this could potentially go. I'm just assuming they're meeting with a ton of players, and he's one of them.
Yeah, we'll see names that are surefire top 6 picks or whatever that the Vikings are meeting with, just because crazy things happen. You got to be ready.
You got to be ready. All right. Well, let us know in the comments, guys. What do you think about this? Does it get your parts tingling? Do you hate Anthony Richardson more than anything? Do you love him as much as Onebar does? Are the Vikings going to draft him? Is that what this means? Let us know. Don't forget #badass, #liftbridge. And also remember this. The longest game show on television is The Price is Right, which has been on the air since 1956.